Have you ever prayed for something with all your heart, believed it was right, asked again and again, and still nothing happened? You prayed for that relationship to work, for that job to open, for that door to stay open, and instead of the answer you hoped for, everything fell apart. And maybe you asked yourself something many believers are afraid to say out loud. Did God hear me and say no? That question can hurt, because sometimes silence feels easier to accept than rejection. But the truth is, sometimes God does answer, and that answer is not yes, it's no. And that no is not always punishment. Sometimes it is protection. Second Epistle to the Corinthians. In 2 Corinthians 12, Paul, the Apostle Paul, talks about something he called a thorn in his flesh. We don't know exactly what it was, but it caused him pain. He prayed 3 times for God to remove it. Think about that. Paul, one of the most faithful servants of God, prayed sincerely, not once, not casually. He begged, and God answered, but not the way Paul wanted. God said, "My grace is sufficient for you, for my power is made perfect in weakness." Paul asked for removal. God gave strength. That means God can hear your prayer fully, love you deeply, and still not give what you asked for. Second Epistle to the Corinthians. And maybe that's where many of us struggle. We think if our prayer is sincere enough, emotional enough, repeated enough, then the answer must become yes. But God is not moved by pressure. He sees what we don't. Imagine asking for something that would destroy the very future you're praying for. A relationship that would pull you away from Him. A job that would cost your peace. An opportunity that looks like blessing now, but leads to pain later. You see the request. God sees the road after it. Book of Proverbs. Proverbs says, "There is a way that seems right to a person, but in the end it leads to death." That means what feels perfect to us can still be dangerous. And maybe the thing you're grieving right now, the closed door, the unanswered message, the opportunity that disappeared, maybe it wasn't God ignoring you. Maybe it was God protecting a future you cannot see yet. Even Jesus prayed something that was not changed. In Gospel of Luke, Gethsemane, before the cross, Jesus prayed, "Father, if you are willing, take this cup from me." That was a real prayer, real pain, real surrender. And the cross still came. The answer was not removal. It was purpose through suffering. Gospel of Luke, that matters because it shows something powerful. A no from God does not mean abandonment. Sometimes it means there is a greater purpose unfolding than you understand in the moment. We often trust God when He says yes. We struggle to trust Him when He says wait. And we resist Him when He says no. But faith is proven most when you trust the answer you didn't want. Some of the greatest blessings in your life may be the prayers God refused to answer. The person you begged to stay. The path you thought you needed. The plan that collapsed. Years later, many people look back and realize, if God had said yes to everything, they would have lost themselves. That no may have saved you. So if you're praying right now and heaven feels closed, don't assume silence means absence. And don't assume no means rejection. Sometimes God says no because He sees what your emotions cannot. Because He knows what success will cost. Because He knows what heartbreak will teach. Because He loves you enough to deny what would destroy you. And maybe one day you'll thank God for the prayer He didn't answer. Because His no was not cruelty. It was mercy in a form you didn't recognize yet. If this message spoke to you, take a moment to like this video so more people can hear this truth. And if you want to grow your faith, understand the Bible deeper, and see life through God's perspective, subscribe to this channel. Because sometimes the answer you fear most is the one that saves you.